This is every Easter egg, cameo, and hidden detail in the new Superman trailer, and all I gotta say is, I think I got my joy back. Uh-oh! Because, man, you smell that? Someone cooked here! And his name is James Gunn. Oh my goodness, my heart is so full, but we gotta talk about this trailer because there is so much happening. Let me compose myself because the inner child in me is really going crazy right now. We're talking all the villains, all the cameos, all the little hidden details that James Gunn sprinkled in here. Either way, me and you know what we gotta do. We gotta talk about it. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. But for real, I love the decision for them to start off with Lois interviewing Clark, or should I say Superman. It's such an iconic moment that we've seen throughout Superman's comic history, but as well as his various different media appearances. Superman and Lois, Superman Return. But my personal favorite, obviously, Richard Donner's Superman. I love it because this is how they do their foreplay. Freaky ass couple, but I'm with it, oh God. But our first little hidden detail, when Lois puts down her little recording device, we can actually see that it's manufactured by Lord Tech, which is the company ran by Maxwell Lord, who we saw in Wonder Woman 84. And in James Gunn's new DC universe, his brother Sean Gunn is going to be playing Maxwell Lord, and we got our first look at him in the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer. I'm just saying, if they ask you to trust this device, I would say no. Before we move on, I need everyone to acknowledge Rachel Brosnahan. It's not a hidden detail or anything. I just think she's bad as f. And if you look at one of the photo frames in the background of this shot here, you can actually see a picture of Lois's name written out in clouds. So I just love that little dynamic, and it shows that they've probably been dating for a while now. But that's when Lois, the reporter instincts in her, starts actually asking some very compelling questions to Superman. We then get this shot of what looks like some type of spaceship or an advanced aircraft. But what a lot of people don't realize is that's Mark Wahlberg. Insurance, it's a spaceship. Sweetie, hand me my alien gun and my Bud Light. But we learned that Superman successfully stopped a war overseas in Baravia, which is the same country we saw that little boy putting the stake in the ground with Superman's logo in the sky as he said, Superman, Superman. Woo! I got chills. That's when we get this illustrious back shot of Superman walking through the crowd, and it looks like whatever he did in Baravia has split the public's opinion on him. Or maybe completely turned the tides of the people in Metropolis against him, because we can see that most of them probably hate him. This dude threw something at him. We then get a shot at Frank Grillo's Rick Flag Sr., who we were first introduced to in Creature Commandos, the father of Rick Flag Jr. from The Suicide Squad. And thanks to the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer, we know that he's the head of Argus. Haha! So Superman, Peacemaker, he's on y'all like flies on shit. We get a sick shot of Superman just aura farming, taking flame to the face, but really he's just out here protecting people. We get this shot that we've seen before of everybody from the Daily Planet. Outside of Lois, you got Jimmy Olsen, Clark's best friend. You got Cat Grant, who's the gossip columnist. Steve Lombard, who's another sports columnist and a pain in the ass for Clark. Then we got one of my goats in Ron Troop, a great reporter. We then get a shot of Rick Flag Sr. taking Superman into custody with the help of what looks to be Ultraman and the Engineer. Engineer? Engine, come here. We cut back to Superman hitting that iconic disappointed dad pose that we just saw in the most recent poster. Wait, hold on, maybe they're hitting the renovations. But Lois, my man, brings up a very interesting moral conundrum for Clark. Does Superman have the right to be going into foreign countries and stopping war himself? As we cut to shots of Superman getting chokeslammed into the ground, getting a little bro like this is crazy. Our first shot of that bald-headed demon Lex looking like a big-ass hater, and a bunch of buildings in Metropolis hitting that domino effect collapsing. And you can see LexCorp in the background over there. As we get shots of the Hammer of Baravia using laser vision, some type of energy blast into this random office building, and the Hammer of Baravia is strong as shit if he's taking Superman on one by one. I'm curious if this will actually be Lex in that suit pretending to be the Hammer of Baravia, just to create a conflict between him and Superman because we know he's the biggest fucking hater. Or if this is legit just like Baravia answering back and clapping back to the fact that we had an American superhero interfere with our affairs. That would also explain why most people in Metropolis hate Superman, because they brought acts of terror here. And I love how Clark snaps at Lois and he says, people could have died. I've seen the people critique that starting off the trailer with Superman not being able to answer some compelling questions as of negative, but to me, him lashing out, being passionate about being a good person trying to save people, who wouldn't do that? When you're passionate, you speak from the heart, you react. And he probably feels some type of way because it's coming from Lois. So don't worry, it's what we call a character arc. As we get this shot of Superman falling, it actually reminded me of that scene in Spider-Man 2 when Spider-Man falls, but that's probably just me. As he creates a crater in the ground, this one person comes up to him, you just hear Superman, Superman, as this citizen helps him up out of the crater. Like, he doesn't have to do that. He knows how strong Superman is, but he wants to show his love and affection and his appreciation for the inspiration of hope that he embodies. This right here means something to me, man. This is the type of kindness, sincerity, and honesty that we need in superhero movies nowadays. It's not corny to be a good fucking person. And that's why it reminds me a lot of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man franchise. And I love how Clark notices something even more dangerous. He's like, look, you can stop helping me out. It's time for me to lock in and save y'all. So we get this shot of Superman hitting the deuces. Hey man, Superman's always been about peace. But we see he took that flame from the beginning to save people in this office building behind him. But I love his little Boy Scout banter. He's like, hey buddy, eyes up here. He's most likely talking to that big ass kaiju. As he shoots up into the sky, I love this shot of us barely being able to see the tip of this skyscraper. We have Superman amongst the fucking clouds. There's a star man, wait. Remind me to never do that again. We then get this shot of the Fortress of Solitude that we've seen before, and this design is just beautiful. It's perfect. It's ethereal. As we get a shot of the engineer and all of her assets, might I say, I'm a big fan of her assets. They seem to be keeping in line with the comics, but I love the way her powers look throughout this trailer. As we got her slicing and dicing some Kryptonian robots, and Lex just aura farming, walking right through the carnage and destruction. Like, bro, who do you think you are? Fur coat, glasses? We got Miss Tessmacher in the background with the fuzziest suit on because she's so bougie. But that's when my dog, Crypto, says, I gotta lock in and show him I got that dog in me. Oh my God, Crypto's the goodest boy. He really made her touch earth. She looking like Chris Paul after Steph Curry crossed him up. It looked like she playing Twister. It looked like she breakdancing. But like even then, and this is what the fuck I'm talking about. We get another shot of Superman saving this lady who was about to become street gun by this kaiju. And this is what Superman is all about. I love this shot of Superman and Lois hugging as there's some shit going on in the background. Superman, lock in! I think that might be one of them jellyfish, but I'm not entirely sure. We then cut to a young Clark and he's literally just like me, big ass dumb smile on my face no matter what. We get this wholesome moment of him hugging his Pa Kent. We then get this tough ass shot of Mr. Terrific popping out of the spaceship with his T-spheres as he's putting them to good use, and it looks like he's defending Lois. I just know that bald bastard is behind this. Speaking of that bald bastard, he's in the Fortress of Solitude. It ain't Solitude no more. It's just a solid dude with that chrome dome. Rogaine ain't helping you out no more, buddy. But I'm assuming this is how he gets the DNA for Superman to create a clone of him or use his powers for something. It looks like this probably takes place right after he gets healed from the sun. As we get a shot of Superman at his home house with the Kents, and it looks like Pa Kent is still alive. That's a very interesting change that I love. And again, Rachel Brosnahan just out here face card farming. We then get our first look at Metamorpho, and it looks like Lex is holding a bunch of other superpowered individuals to do experiments on him, or he just hates them because he called Superman an it. We then got Superman looking angelic in this dust cloud in Metropolis, and yes, it's Metropolis because you can see street lamps here and skyline behind him. He's not in the clouds. I love how this is his version of like Batman popping out the shadows. We then get a money shot of the Justice Gang, who are going to be funded by Lord Tech, and we know this because we saw Maxwell Lord with Hawk Girl and Guy Gardner in the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer. But he looks so stupid. He's perfect. Hot Girl? More like Hot Girl. Blood thinks he's Professor X. You abandoned me! Then we get another shot of the engineer. And did she just pack up Mr. Terrific? Someone make sure he's breathing, because if he's out, bro, if they do Eddie Gathegi this dirty again, James Gunn, after what they did to him in X-Men First Class, ain't no fucking way, bro. Because I'm #noticing, where is he in the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer, huh? You know that comes out after Superman. If he dies in his first appearance, oh my God! But again, I just love how her powers look. Very engineer comics. Love it. Beautiful assets. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Probably has something to do with the kaiju, but we got a crater in the water. This shot of Lex is everything. It's giving, I hate the way that he walks, I hate the way that he talks, I hate the way that he flies, I hate the way that he looks. His boots, whack. His underwear, whack. His curl, whack. Me, I'm bald as fuck. Back shot of Superman flying into the kaiju as he punches it. Goes stupid. I absolutely love the shot of Guy Gardner saying, talk to the hand because the face don't want to hear it with his I'm not sure who Hot Girl is smashing through this window, but she should be smashing me through a window. He does look bald, so maybe it's Lex, but I doubt it. Jimmy Olsen and Clark fucking around. This means everything to me. We got Miss Tessmacher, who's played by Sarah Sampaio. And Sarah, hi. She's over here taking a selfie with the hammer of Baravia lasering a building, which I think we saw earlier in the trailer. So maybe this is Lex, because we know she's supposed to be playing like Lex's assistant / girlfriend, or I guess his confidant. From there, we got a shot of Superman throwing a desk into the window at LexCorp. And Lex is a generational hater because he's just standing up to Superman, drinking some coffee, saying, what are you gonna do? You're a Boy Scout. I'm a victim. This might be the baldest anyone has ever looked, but it also might be the hardest anyone has ever hated. Not really sure what's going on here, but we got Mr. Terrific and Lois and into some type of shenanigans. Our first look at Metamorpho using his powers. If you don't know, he can basically create any type of elemental thing from the periodic table. But the cool thing about Metamorpho is that he doesn't want he hates his powers. He's like, why do I have these? I love the practicality mixed with CGI. It's beautiful. Again, I don't know what's going on here. It looks like it's space, but it might just be some weird dimensional shit going on. As we see something coming from like this random window shooting at Superman. And yes, we get that shot of the sun healing Superman because guess what? Healing hurts! The beautiful shot of Clark and Lois kissing as they fly up into the sky is just beautiful. I love them. And the people cheering on Superman, so he must have done something good in the end. And again, I just love when the city gets involved in all this stuff. And Superman flies into the sky and then flies into the damn camera. We cut to Lois saying, you have a dog? And we get the goodest boy on top of my chest. That S on your chest stand for hope. That trailer meant everything to me. Like, I have the biggest smile on my face. The rest of this day is going to be perfect. Nothing can hurt me. While the camera movement and blocking definitely looks very inspired, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the color grading and the lighting in this movie, but I'm not going to judge it until I've seen the entire movie. So far, we only got quick cuts. But everything I've seen screams Superman. This is Superman, so y'all better be ready to look up in July because this shit means something to me.